So welcome back to this class. We'll continue with the content management trainings. So as in the last class, what we have discussed is about WordPress content management system. That is WordPress CMS, which it's one of the most popularly used WordPress. WordPress is the most popular content management system because it is a free open source CMS. As I said, there are lots of other CMS systems like OpenText or Documentum or SharePoint. All these things are proprietary CMS systems. When I say proprietary, means you have to buy the licenses for those trainings. I mean, in order to use those products, you have to buy the licenses from the companies, those companies like Microsoft or Documentum is by EMC and OpenText. They have their own license costs associated with that. But when it comes to WordPress, it is simply it's an open source content management system, and anyone can simply download and use it for their own purpose. So, like I was explaining you the previous class with the example of this particular website, that is htccwa.org. This is a community website which is built on WordPress. Of course, we only have built it. Tech Talents has built and maintaining this particular website for this particular society. So this is what I have been explaining you about. What are the different. Hi, Anusha. Hello, Anusha. How are you? Can you hear me? Just unmute your. Yeah, I think you can hear me, right? Hello?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Anusha, you are there?
Yes.
I can't hear you actually.
Yes, sir, I'm there.
Okay. So, just check everything from your side. I'm really not able to hear you. Okay, let me continue. So what I was saying is we have this WordPress content management system. So it helps us to quickly launch your company website or your services website, whatever it is. So we have been talking about this particular website, and I have been explaining you what consists of a website, like a header, footer, body, posts, pages, and so many things you can do in the WordPress CMS. And also I told you about the different add-ons like plugins and widgets, things like that. Say for example, here you can see there is a booking plugin. So if you see booking, see how the booking plugin is used is you can book this any accommodation available in this particular temple complex. So that is there is a plugin called booking plugin. Or here this plugin what I'm showing you is a donation plugin. So if you want to donate something to the this particular temple, you can use this form to donate. This form is given by the that plugin, donate plugin. So anyhow, almost we have covered everything about how to build a WordPress website, and there are few things left out, like what is the users, what are the different types of users available for this website. See, I'll give an example before going to the users. See this interface, when you go to users, you can either add user or delete user or update any existing user information also. So for example, here I have added you already as a user here. So so here I have added you as user some time back, and so if I want to change anything like your email ID, for example, so I can change it by clicking edit this user, and it will allow me to change anything related to that particular user. Like for example, I can change your email ID, for example, or I can add your own website, like for example, Anusha Vemu. Assume that you have a website, anushavemu.com. So like that, I can add your website. I can add your biographical information like software trainee, working as software trainee, something like that I can add. Or I can add your picture also if you want. Or I can change the password. So many things we can do for the particular given user. Then what we can do is uh, we can also have his role. Basically, see, in a CMS there are different type of users roles available. So what is a role? See, for example, in any company there are multiple people working at a different levels in an organization, right? So for example, if you take bbc.com, if you take bbc.com, so obviously BBC is a media company, right? So they have so many different types of contents coming up on their website. Like for example, today the most widely seen content is US president taking oath. So I mean, there are so many different categories of contents are created on the BBC website, like sports or real estate or real, that means the movie or entertainment or work life, travel, future, so many things different. These are all the categories of content. So for example, if you take sports category, so here somebody is creating the content. Who creates this content? That is the sports journalist. Sports journalist somewhere sitting in Australia. He is writing about the India and Australia Test match series. So how is it possible? Means he is writing as he is watching the game. He is writing the highlights of the match, and sometimes he will be writing what are the main things happened that particular day, and who did right, who did wrong, and some pictures, everything he will be sending. So he is the basic contributor for the content. Okay, so he is the initial contributor of the content. So that type of people who initiate the content, they are called authors. They are called authors. So so what happens is, so authors create the content. What happens is, authors in a CMS system, there are different types of roles. So first role is author. So author is a person who creates the content. Like in this case, the sports journalist is a author. Similarly, once the author creates the content, it will not go immediately live. If it goes immediately live as with whatever content he created, it may be creating a disaster. Like the content may be having some illegal, some what do you call, some copyright problems, or some wording problems, some spelling problems, or sometimes the image is not good. So author is not the only person who will be ready to publish the content. So there will be, once author creates the content, there will be a person called editor. So editor will actually review the content. Once the author creates content, it will be going to the let me write it down. Author creates content, right? And next person is editor reviews content. Basically, he reviews content whether it is as per the international standards of the sports media, or whether there are any copyright problems or any graphic issue problems. Everything he will review. Then he will review content and he will pass it on to the next level, that is called a administrator. So the site administrator is a person who will manage this entire website, who will be responsible for this website, everything, look and feel, the content, the body, the matter, the graphics, everything. He is the owner of this particular site. So basically, administrator is the owner of this particular website, owner of the website, and he approves the content. He approves the final content. He approves the content finally. Only then it will be published to the website. So who publishes to the website? There is another role called a master. So master will be publishing the content. Master will be publishing the content. Then it goes to the live to the website. Then everybody in the world can goes the site, the content goes live. Once after master approves the content, publish the content goes live to the public, to the world basically. So that is the whole cycle of this particular content management life cycle. Okay. So here there are how many roles are there? Author, editor, administrator, master. So these are the general roles. However, in any CMS, so let me put the heading like roles in the CMS. That's what we are talked about now. So these are all the roles of the CMS. Now these are generic roles, but if you come to WordPress, WordPress has its own what do you call the roles. Let me show you a couple of roles offered by the WordPress CMS. That is your, I will take the same example of my website. That is yeah, 1 second, let me hold on just a minute. I'm just going to share that. Anyhow, I think I need to pull this down a little bit and let me open it. Yeah, here it is. So here I am the roles which I just now explained. Here you can see the roles editor. So many roles are available in WordPress, but most of the time author, editor, administrator, a contributor, these are the important roles. Okay. What are the main roles? Author, editor, contributor, administrator, and sometimes subscriber. Subscriber is the person who receives the content. Like whenever a new content is created, the subscriber get notification that okay, there is some new sports article has been published. So you can click this link to see this. So that you can also be subscriber for any site in the world. So like that. So other roles are there, but these are not a usual role. These are particular to the given public plugin. For example, donor. Donor is a plugin role basically. If you install any plugin, it will have its own roles also. Like for example, I have a booking plugin, book accommodation plugin. So in that there are some roles like hotel manager and booking editor, like that. So it depends on if you have any installed any plugins, it may come with additional roles, but basic roles are author, editor, and contributor and subscriber. So these are the roles. So you can, when you create a user, you can attach a role to him so that you can decide what is he going to do with this particular system. Once he logs into the CMS, what is he going to do? Whether he is going to create any content or whether he is going to review any content, whether approve any content, depending upon that, you will assign the role to him. Okay. No need to assign everybody as administrator because it will be dangerous.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me?
No, everybody cannot be authors only. Some people have to be authors. Some people, most of the people will be authors. Some people will be administrators, and very few people will be.
Hello.
Very few people will be administrators, and some people will be editors, like that. So you have to decide who will be doing what. That is the thing. So next is we'll talk about how to do moderation of this particular WordPress website. What is moderation? I'll explain more detail in the next class, but generally what moderation means, somebody writes something about the website. Let us say you have created a post. The post is this Vaikunta Ekadashi celebrations. Okay, so this is a particular post which we have created. However, someone can write a review, write a feedback about this particular post. So if you go to the website and see the website, okay, so website has a lot of posts, right? So here, this is one post created long back. So for this post, you can allow some users to write comments. So users can write comments, or they can write some feedback, reviews, something like. See here the comments. So suppose if I write excellent article like that. Okay, so keep it up. What happens? So a user is adding a comment to this particular uh, post. So then it, see here, it is added automatically. It has added automatically excellent article, keep it up. Why? Because it is directly adding without asking any moderation. Why? Because here I logged in as admin. So admin is the supermost user, so whatever he adds, it will be directly added to the website. But not in the normal practice, which normal users are not admins, they are just normal web users. So they may be also writing some content comments, like here you can see comments. Many people have written different comments. See here, if you see, mm, there are some comments which they have written, uh, but I don't want to approve this content because they are writing some junk things. So I didn't approve them. I didn't approve it. So that's why it is still lying there. Okay. It is submitted long back, but it is not here. You have a ability to approve or throw it as a trash. You can do many things. So suppose I know that this is a very vague comment, so I don't want to approve this. So I'll simply put it as a spam, or I'll simply throw it in the trash. That's it. Throw in the trash. Or even I can select all of these comments and throw it into trash one after the other. So that is typically, this is called moderation. So you have to review the comments, or you have to review the their feedback. If it is not legal, it is not ethical, or it is creating some problems for us, then we'll definitely not allow that content, that comments, to go on to the website. So simply click on trash, just trash. Okay, that is called moderation. Moderation means you are actually controlling the content on the website. Okay, so you allow only legally possible items to be appearing on the website. That is simply called moderation. So that is what is very important these days, because if you go to any social media website, you will see so many different people logging in and writing whatnot, every thing, every damn thing in the world they will be writing. But you should not allow such all the such contents. Okay, so we should definitely moderate the content so that only legal contents are coming onto the website. So that is the moderation. We'll talk about more about moderation in the next class. So this is what almost the WordPress is finished. Now you can I'll send you some instructions how to install the WordPress. Okay, so in order to install the WordPress, you can go to this particular WordPress website, wordpress.org, and in the wordpress.org, search how to install WordPress. Okay, so basically WordPress is a CMS system, so you have to install it as per their instructions. So go to this link, how to install. Okay, and just follow this link and everything will be clear in the uh, website. So you can install the WordPress and start building your own website. So that is the very useful information. And I told you that there are some themes available. See, the theme is nothing but the look and feel of a website. You can control the look and feel of the website using the theme. So if there are a lot of themes available, some of them are free themes, some of them are you have to buy the themes. So right now we are using Foster Charity theme for this particular website. So but if you want to change the look and feel, you can use any different themes. So you can download the themes or you can buy the themes. So where to buy the themes? There are many sites where to buy WordPress themes. Okay, So you have 24/7 themes, Mojo themes, theme forest, so many places. Okay, 17 places to buy the WordPress theme. So typically corporate websites, they will buy the theme and they will use the themes because they give better look and feel. So see, there are so many, see, these are the people who are offering the themes, elegant themes, rich themes, so themify, engine themes, so many places. The themes cost also they have given, starting from somewhere between $20 to $1,000 also the theme is available. Okay, but it depends on really how best you want to use that. So that is the thing. Okay, coming to your Accenture website job. So you already applied, I guess you have already applied the job. So right now another student also applied and it is pending for review. So uh, most of the time this is most of the students have the same information. This is really in a pending status. I don't know why it is, but hopefully they will call you sooner or later. But there are some things which you have to do actually. Just make sure that your employment application form here, that is a, go to this. Once you log in, how do you log in? India.jobs.accenture.com, that is where you have to log in. Okay, so I'm sending you the link. So in that particular site you log in, and then you can see your application, and you can, in the application, then you can check the whether your application is in a proper state. Employment application form, click on that. Then you can you can see there are they may be asking some more information. So just make sure that you will make sure that you will complete that whatever information they are asking. Okay, so I will check. I'll show you. See, this is the employment application form. So in this form, you have to make sure that you have already filled up everything, like primary details, personal details, contact details. Everything must be filled up. See here, I have fill up some details, but the primary skill competency, that is empty. So here he has to fill up, right? HTML, JavaScript, okay, CSS and jQuery, whatnot, whatever you know, like CMS, um, CMM, content moderation, whatever you have skills, you should update here. Until unless you do that, it may be difficult for them to filter. Or content writing, whatever skills you have, you must write it here, and then you save it, save as draft. Okay, so as you go on filling the details, keep saving it, and finally once you are comfortable with all the information, then you submit. So that is what you need to do. um, so I hope you have submitted already. So otherwise you just complete it immediately, because still they are accepting the this one applications. So education details, for example, education details, 10th graduation, all these things, you reasons, gap, if you have any gap you have written, you have to write if they have, you have any gap. And employment details, if you are working somewhere, what are the companies you have worked, add employment. So here you add the employment and write your company name, or if it's a current employment. So all these things you have to fill it up. Only then you submit the application. Otherwise, your application will be sent incompletely. So you have to submit it manually. So still there are so many jobs available, almost hundreds of jobs available in Accenture under this category, because Accenture is a world's
Sir,
number one
can't
company,
hear
and
me.
they are maintaining sites of every type of business in the world. Like their customers are people like many big Fortune 500 companies are customers for Accenture. So they keep getting these requirements now and then, and if you submit the application, even they may call you in the future also. Okay, so don't forget to complete that uh, application and fill it up. So let us see who are the clients of Accenture. So clients. Okay, so that is the thing. And uh, next is I want to show you a small uh, interface about how do you go about web development. So basically, web development is a process where you develop HTML, JavaScript, CSS, and stuff like that, or even sometimes you write the Java code or mm, Java code, or even write the jQuery, anything. So for that, you need to install something called a VSS Code. Okay, there is an interface called a VSS Code. That is called a all right. So let me write it on the board for you. Uh, so there is a tool called VSS Code. So you download that tool VSS Code. So that is Visual Source uh, Visual Studio. I'm sorry, Visual Studio Visual Studio Code. This is the software. It is also called VS Code. VS Code. This is a software which you have to download and install. Once you install this, okay. Once you install this, download VSS and install it. Only then you can start using it for writing code. For writing code. What is code? Generally like HTML or JavaScript or CSS, whatever you want, you can write the code. So for example, here, this is the VSS. I just typed it, right, VSS. So then once you type VSS on the command prompt, it will bring up this screen. So here, this is a HTML page which I have developed, and it is here you can see the folders. Okay, so this is one of the projects which I am doing right now. So I am showing that particular project. So here in this project, if you go to SRC and pages, so here I have written a JavaScript. Okay, so this JavaScript is nothing but I am able to write the JavaScript in the editor. So first I do importing of all the libraries, and then I write the JavaScript classes, and then I write the methods, and then I write the export on all these things like that. So if you want, you can write the HTML also, or here you can write, you can open the folders and see other HTML files. Okay, HTML, right? For example, trainings. Okay, I'll show some of the trainings and HTML training. Okay, so 1 minute. Okay, so I have trained some people on full stack training. Okay, so full stack training like that. So basically, suppose you want to write some C programming. Okay, C programming also you can write in the, just I think little bit slow, I think. So you can write C programming also. Okay, so here, see, I have written some C programming. So I can show you some C language syntax. Okay, so you can use this editor. This is called VSS Code. You can use it for any writing any type of program, whether HTML, CSS, Java, JavaScript, whatever it is. So if you can create a new file, then you can start writing the code like HTML. Suppose HTML. Okay, title. Okay, head. Okay, head. Then head close, right? Then body. Then body close, right? Like that. Then HTML close, like that. So you have to write it and you can save it. So this is about VSS Code. So you can use this VSS Code to write the your application code or web designing code, anything. So it helps there. So okay, if you these things I will teach you during my web designing course, which I am running it for some batches. That's a different course altogether, web designing. So if you go to my courses, here you can see in my website you can see courses, and in the courses you can see web design and development trainings, and in this you can see all the trainings which I am offering under web designing, basic web designing or advanced web designing, this type of thing. So if you go for any of these courses, then I will go more deep into this web designing, so training, web designing, and how to develop web applications, everything I will explain if you enroll for that courses. So hopefully this is fine for today, and I will explain next class more deep into the content moderation. We'll focus exclusively on the content moderation. What are the different types of content moderation? What are the different type of contents which we will be moderating, and what to allow, what not to allow? What are the policy guidelines during the content moderation? All these things I will explain you in the next class. That will be the close of this particular training. So come back to the class once again for understanding content moderation more. Okay, thank you.
Okay,
Have a good day.
okay, sir.
Bye all.
Hmm.